Hi, and welcome back to another Stampin' on Friday episode. Today we're just going to be making a Yours Too Kind card, and I'm going to be making a 4 1/4 by 4 1/4 inch card. And this is just this piece of 8.5 by 11 cardstock cut at 4 1/4 on the 8.5 side. So it's 4 1/4 by 8.5, and then I scored it at 4 1/4. And I just have a piece of cardstock here, and I'm going to stamp the You're So Kind, and I'm going to use Versamark. And I'm just going to go ahead and get this nice and inked up. And then I'll just stamp this right towards the top. And then I'm going to use some white embossing powder. And I'm just going to sprinkle that on. And then I'll use my heat gun to emboss. Okay, so I went ahead and embossed that. So the next thing I'm going to do is use my Crocodile corner chopper, and I'm going to use the 1/4 inch side, and I'm just going to round the top corners of this stamped piece, so it looks like that. And then that's going to get adhered directly to my card base. And I'm just going to line that up. So I'm going to have my card actually open. Usually when I'm doing 4 1/4, I usually come from the bottom up. But I think I'm going to have my card open this time from the side. So I'm just going to go ahead and center this, lining it up at the bottom of my card. Right in the center, just like that. And then I'm going to take this piece of pattern paper. And all of my paper that I'm using today is from Basic Gray's Hopscotch collection. And I've had this for a while. I liked it when I bought it, and then once I got it, I wasn't really too keen on it, but it's starting to kind of grow on me again. So first thing I want to do though is before I add this layer right here, I'm going to just run some adhesive right across the back of this, because I want to put some twine on here. So I'm just going to run my twine right across the back. It's a little harder to do when you're using such a thin piece of cardstock. It's not as easy, so that's why I'm going with the sticky on the back before I adhere it down. And then I'll just adhere this down the rest of the way. So that'll kind of hold it in place when I go to tie my bow. This is going to go right across the bottom. And then I can go ahead and tie my bow. Okay, so there's that piece. The next thing I'm going to do is I just cut off a piece of this strip of pattern paper here. It's from a 12 by 12 piece. It was just like this. And I really don't want the alphabet on there, so what I did was I took my 3/4 inch punch, this punch right here, and then just punched out the shapes that didn't have the squares that didn't have the alphabet on them. So first what I'm going to do is adhere this right down to the edge of this paper right here. So we're going to line that up right onto there. Just like that. And then I'm going to take these 3 pieces that I punched out to cover up the alphabet squares and use some dimensionals on those. So let me just get those out. So I'm just going to use some foam dimensionals. And then I'll pop those up and put them on the squares that have the alphabets on them. So actually I think I'm going to put this one over here. Put this little heart one right there. And then my last one, I'm going to put right on the end. Just like that. And then I'm going to need to do a little bit of trimming on that one. Okay, so now the last thing I want to do is just use my white gel pen, and I use a Sakura jelly roll pen, and I'm just going to go ahead and do some stitch lines right around this part on the top here. Okay, so I did the stitching around the top, and the next thing I want to do is just take one of the bloomer flowers that's also from the same collection, the Hopscotch collection, and I'm just going to go ahead and stick that right here in the corner. So that's my card for today. Thanks for watching another episode, and I'll see you next time.